In this video, we will focus on the nun, symbolizing strength and protection. We will be highlighting our cultural practices and ceremonies and encouraging practicing our inherent right in utilizing these teachings. Culture is the backbone of our well-being as Indigenous people, and we want to talk about utilizing culture as a form of harm reduction. There is so much healing that happens when we return to our roots. Culture is secure, bringing with it medicine from Earth, Creator, and our ancestors.
One of the things that we did historically was that we did isolation, whether it's isolation in home, and then we had isolation of offenders on an island away from here. And the most recent example of that is being done, I think, with the Justice Department. I think that can be looked at as a very effective means of ensuring that young offenders or youth at risk or families at risk know that there are some consequences for not following our Hesuk custom of doing it and acting in the right way. So Frank Brown was one of the last to be isolated from the age of 14 because of improper behavior that was putting himself and others at risk. And so we worked with the court system of the time to ensure that he had the supports and that he was safe and that he would be isolated and monitored. He ended up having to be on the island for 8 months. But in those 8 months, he had an opportunity to really assess his own behavior and to really be taught, because he received counseling as well during this time. So the outcome of that was very successful, and he's become one of our major leaders in tribal council, effective leaders in the context of embedding and renewing and strengthening our cultural ways.
Our Hesuk mortuary customs allow us to grieve the loss of loved ones while helping them transition into their new form of being. Some of our customs around grief are food burning, clothes burning, which is used to help the spirit of the loved one make its adjustment and give them comfort. Haircutting symbolizes the deep ties between the spirit and their loved ones, along with symbolizing the beginning of letting go of our lost loved ones. And lastly, our Guayayu ceremony mourning songs, which have deep connections to place and families. These songs allow for our families to mourn their loved ones while being uplifted and held by our community members. Our Guayayu are used to call on the strength of our ancestors and to help guide and support our loved ones in crossing over to the spirit world. Each of our mortuary customs are grounded in culture, connection, and community. The outpour of love and support shown to grieving families in our community allows them to process life after loss in a good, Hesuk way.
Uplifting ceremonies are done to hail Sistu, to turn things around and to make things right again. An opportunity to correct wrong and take ownership for their own healing journeys. It's our responsibility to create a healthy pathway for our people. Uplifting ceremonies are a way to guide and honor the person who is working to make things right again. They are traditionally done when a person has experienced hardship that impacts their well-being. A way to take care of them. By doing this ceremony, witnesses acknowledge and give support to the person who is out of bounds. When there is more than one person who needs to undergo uplifting and healing, a cedar ring is often used.
Washing ceremonies. Juhua means to wash, to purify and heal from an event that has caused hardship or imbalance. Washing ceremonies are traditionally done when someone is undergoing stress. The person who is out of balance, mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally, is closely monitored and measures are taken to remedy the situation. When we experience trauma, we become out of balance. Memories of the event or events continue to haunt or impact our lives, causing imbalance, which could lead to mental health issues. Washing ceremonies are also a time where we uplift anyone who may have supported the person who experienced a traumatic event. Washing ceremonies are a way where community members can come together with their collective strength to form a circle of care around folks who need support in moving forward in a good way.
Coming of age is done to acknowledge and celebrate growth and milestones. We are taught that it is important to uplift others, especially our young people. It is particularly true when the time comes to mark a change of life from adolescence to young adulthood, a time to recognize a young person leaving childhood in preparation for new roles and responsibilities. It is the responsibility of a young one's family, aunties, uncles, grandparents, and guiding and preparing the young ones for their new roles within their family and community. Coming of age ceremonies provide a sense of purpose and belonging and put the youth at the center of our care.
Purification. Smudging and smoking customs are practiced with dried aoxili root. This is used when someone is going through a very difficult time and is at risk of losing balance or has already lost balance. This ceremony is to purify the energy of the person and symbolically removes the negative energy causing stress and imbalance. Our traditional medicines are sacred and hold healing powers from the earth ugami and our ancestors and are a great way to purify our energy to stay in balance.
Ocean and river cleanses. River baths and ocean cleanses are believed to bring daily balance and are often used to release stress, to find a sense of balance between emotional, physical, spiritual, and mental well-being, reinforce a sense of inner strength and confidence, and to undergo a type of purification and letting go of negativity. The water is a sacred place where you can release hardships and receive strength. A quote from Jess Hostey's poem, Wah, from their debut poetry book, Crushed Wild Mint, is a beautiful description of the power of river and ocean baths. If you carry the heart shape of unknowingly snagged between your collarbones, the river will flow around it and the water will lift it away.